Hello, welcome to my first extensive Git tutorial video. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to resolve some very common mistakes, or let's just call them errors, that you may encounter while using Git. To ensure that I carry everyone along, I will not just talk through this video. I'm going to show you what I am doing. I'm going to walk through a simple Git collaboration process. And while I show you, I'm going to deliberately create some errors and then show you how to fix them. I believe that the tips I'm going to be giving you in this video will help you get more comfortable with Git. And because you watch me do what I am doing, you will be able to understand and see for yourself how easy it can be to resolve some issues that you initially thought were so huge and mighty. So let's get started. For this video, I'm going to be working with an empty repository that I created on GitHub with my other account. So I'm going to use my main account to fork the repository, clone, and do all that I need to do. So like I said earlier, for the purpose of this video, we're going to be demonstrating with this empty repository that I have created already. The name of the repository is test repository and it's created under this username, the learner codes. The only file currently in this repository is this readme file. So we'll need to clone this repository to our system so that we'll be able to open it up on Visual Studio Code or your favorite code editor. Mine is Visual Studio Code. We're going to open it up there, add new file, write our code, and then push back to this remote repository. So the process of doing that is, first of all, clicking this fork button. Now I've clicked the fork button to make a copy of this repository. Now as you can see, the name of this repository is now official.com/test repository. This shows that I am the owner of this fork, even though the original repository is for the learner codes. I now have a copy of it that I can make changes to and do whatsoever I like. Now to get this repository to our computer so that we can make changes to it, we have to clone it. And the way to do that is by clicking this clone button and copying this link here. So I'm just going to use Ctrl+C to copy. But you can as well click on this copy icon here to copy it. So now that we have our link copied, I'm going to navigate to my desktop and clone the repository to my desktop. You can choose to clone the repository anywhere on your computer that you feel like, but I'm going to clone mine to the desktop so that it is easily accessible for this tutorial. So to do this, I'm going to right click on my desktop and select git bash here. So now I'm going to type the command git clone . I'm not sure how many spaces you can leave, but I know that at least you have to leave a space after every word. So after git space, clone space, then you paste in the link you copied from GitHub and press enter. Now as you can see, cloning is complete. Now we have this repository on our computer. As you can see, this is it here on our desktop. So I'm going to show you guys how to open up the repository we just cloned with our code editor. I'm going to be opening with VS Code. So if you have VS Code, this is just a bonus for you, a bonus tip for you. So the first thing to do is to navigate into the directory or the repository. And since the repository is cloned to our desktop and we're currently in our desktop, I just have to change directory into that repository by typing cd space and the name of the repository. which is the test repository in this case, and press enter. So now it tells you that we're inside the test repository, inside its master branch. But I don't want us to push our code via the master branch, so we're going to check out the other branch that we have on this repository, which is the develop branch. So to do that, we're going to type git checkout, the name of the branch, which is the develop branch, and press enter. It tells you have switched into a new branch. So now we're in the develop branch. We can now open our folder with Visual Studio Code, and to do this I just have to type a simple code, give a space and type a dot and press enter. This is going to open up the folder on Visual Studio Code. As you can see, we don't have anything in this folder except the readme file. So I want to start adding a new file, so I'm going to click new file and add a file called index.js and click enter because I'm about to write a badass JavaScript. So my badass JavaScript is just a print statement that says, you guessed right, hello world. Now I've written our badass code and we need to push back the changes that we have made to the remote repository on GitHub. So to do this, we are going to go back to our git bash and start working from there. So let me close up this editor and back to our git bash. You have to confirm and be sure that you are inside the repository that you are making these changes to, which is the test repository in our case, and inside the right branch. So I'm assuming that we have been instructed to push via the develop branch, so we're inside the develop branch right now. We are going to type git status to just see what's going on in our working tree. This is my favorite git command, by the way. You always see me typing git status because I want to know what's going on, so I would know if there's an error or anything that I forgot to add. So after typing git status, you press enter. It tells you that you have an untracked file. One thing I've come to learn with Git is how to read the instructions that they give. This will help you to see even when there is an error. Git will always tell you what the error is and also suggest to you what you can do. So in this case, we did git status and it told us that we have an untracked file, which is this index.js file that we just created. He also gave us a suggestion that use git add in brackets file to include in what will be committed. So what we are going to do is we are going to use this command git add and the name of the file. In our case, the name of the file is index.js. So we are going to type index.js and press enter. Now we have successfully added that file to our staging area, waiting for us to make a commit. To confirm that, let's type my favorite command. We have successfully added this index.js file to our staging area. That is why it is now green. Before it was red, showing that it was an untracked file. But now it is now added to our staging area, so we cannot make a commit. So to do a commit, everybody knows this one. You type in git commit. You can do a -m, which just means that you should write your git commit message and you put double quotes, 2 of them. Then you type in your commit message in between the double quotes. Now for your commit message, you have to try and make it readable. It should make sense to anybody that is reading it, especially your group, the project team. It should make sense to them, and if as much as possible, try to explain what you did in that commit. So for this one, I'm just going to say created, oh my god, index.js. Now we have our first error. Okay, so finally we have our first error, and I actually created this on purpose. I deleted my username and my email address so that I'll be able to show you guys how to fix this if you ever come across this. This error just means that Git does not recognize your computer because you've not named it and given it an email address. Please note that this email address and username that we're about to set has nothing to do with the one that you registered on GitHub. You can choose to use any username, you can choose to use your full name, you can choose to use whatever name you want to use, and you can choose to use any email, even if it's different from the one you used on your GitHub account. So let's do this. As I told you earlier, it is very good to read the commands on Git, or the suggestions rather, because they will always tell you what to do. So this error says, please tell me who you are, because obviously Git does not know this computer, and it tells you to run the following command. So we are going to first of all set our email address by typing git config 2 global user.email, and in between these double quotes, just the way it says here, we're going to type our email address. Press enter. I've succeeded in setting my email address, so now I'm setting my username. I'm just going to leave it at home and press enter. So now I'm done with fixing that error. Easy, right? Now we can retry our git commit command, but this time I'm just going to type git command without adding the commit message, because there is another way to add the commit message and I'm about to show it to you. So I typed enter and it brought me to this fine and pretty looking terminal. So now we're inside this terminal that looks pretty, but at the same time it's not working because we can't type anything on it. You can come down and go up, go left and right, or you can't type. So to be able to type in your commit message in this terminal, the first thing you need to do is press I. So I'm going to press I on my keyboard. Once I press I, you can see that it says insert below. So now you are allowed to type. So now I will type my commit message. Please note that your commit message can be from one line to several lines, as long as you want, but it just has to make sense. So after typing my commit message, the next thing to do is to press escape key on your keyboard. This is going to remove it from this editable mode back to the mode it was before, where you cannot type anything in. So as you can see, as soon as I press escape on my keyboard, I can no longer type anything. The next thing to do is to type colon. As you can see underneath here, the colon is a must. To type colon and write WQ, which just means write and quit. That is, it is going to save your commit message and quit this terminal back into where we were before. So I'm going to press enter. And there you have it. We have been able to deal with that, and I've been able to show you a way to go through that terminal if you ever find yourself there. Okay, so now that we have successfully committed, the next thing we're supposed to do is check if we have any other thing to commit. So I'm going to just type git status because it's my favorite command. And there you have it. It says nothing to commit, working tree clean. But it also says your branch is ahead of the origin, that is your remote branch, by one commit. Use git push to publish your local commit. So the next command you are supposed to type after now is git push. But before we do that, I want to show you just a little tip to amend your commit message. So for example, maybe you typed boy instead of girl. The way to do that is to type git commit --amend. Once I press enter, this is going to bring up the last commit that we made. You'll be able to edit it as you want. So let me just press enter so we're able to see it. As you can see, it brought you back to this terminal, and from here I'm sure you can fix it. Type I, and to allow you to type, you can change whatever you want to change, and then escape :WQ to quit. Now that we have successfully pushed our changes, it's time to go to GitHub and do the final step of this tutorial, which is creating a pull request. Let's get to it. Now we are on GitHub. I'm going to refresh. As you can see, it says that we made a commit 2 minutes ago. So we have to, it's already telling you to compare and pull. You can click this one, view pull request, or this one, compare and pull. As you can see, we are comparing the learner code, which is the main repository, with our fork. But we are making sure that we are comparing the same branches, which is develop branch, comparing to the develop branch of my fork. And it says it's able to merge automatically. So I will just give my pull request a title, new amazing picture. Leaving a comment is optional. You can choose to do this if you want. And that's it. Create pull request. There you have it, guys. We are done with this video tutorial today. I hope you have been able to learn something at least. If you have any feedback, comments, suggestions, thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever it is, guys, please send them. I'd like to read and hear from you guys. This is my very first voice tutorial video, and yeah, I was a bit nervous, but I'm so glad that we got through it. Yay! So thank you guys for watching. Before I go, I'd like to give a shout out to the team leader members of Team Board. Thank you for making this video tutorial possible and for giving me the opportunity to create this tutorial video. I'm going to thank the video editors, everyone that has given one input or the other to make this video a success. Thank you so much. I am grateful for all that you've done. Let's do this again another time. And until then, it's bye from me.